Hello, everyone. Visokii Entertainment. We are here. Before we start, want to say condolences out to the families of all the people over in Parkland. Crazy, Charlie. I'm sure you've seen it. It's all over Twitter. So
what do you mean?
another school shooting today down in Broward County. 17 dead. Once again, another AR-15. I don't know. I'll reserve my judgments. Most of the time, I'll say, people on here, it's like, well, you can have your opinions about some things, but I'm sorry if your opinion is that if you are one of the every teacher should just have a gun. If you are of that opinion, I'm sorry, you are wrong. All right, moving on. But I don't know. Before we move on. As a teacher, I have to say, it's crazy. That is the 14th recorded school shooting this year, Charlie.
Damn.
In the United States. It's a lot. I don't know. Something needs to be done. But whatever, man. Society, 2018. It's not a good time. So anyway, let's talk some Raw. Let's talk some SmackDown. Garrett will probably be joining us in a little bit. First of all, Charlie, did you watch both shows, Charlie? And if so, or however much you watched, what was your overall thoughts?
I thought I watched Raw. Thought it was great. I skipped through SmackDown. Nothing really caught my interest. So just kind of did the YouTube clip type thing. Call me Paulie from Big Brother. Yeah, it's a type thing.
You can honestly just watch most of it on YouTube because it's all based for YouTube, right?
Yep.
So let's start with Raw then. And I mean, mine was the same way. I kind of went back. I had both of them DVR'd. I watched the matches that I thought were going to be good. But with SmackDown, I don't like Corbin or Ziggler. Not my cup of tea, neither of them.
And they've not done character development with either of those guys.
We'll talk about the trash fire, the dumpster fire that is SmackDown when we get to it. So let's start with Raw. Raw started off with John Cena, which I was thinking when I first saw this that John Cena was the first person out. John Cena used to always kick off Raw. Like, I don't know. It just seemed to me that, like, that's how it was. Like, remember when the New Day were kicking off SmackDown every week?
Yeah.
It really felt like Cena was kicking off Raw every week. And I'm not saying recently, but I'm saying, back in the day, it felt like Cena was just the guy to always start it off. Now on SmackDown, it's Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan every week.
Real quick, Diana, we're talking wrestling here. We'll be doing Big Brother tonight after the show.
Yep. So we got Big Brother at 8 o'clock, and then after the show tonight, we'll be back live with some Big Brother talk. So John Cena kicks off Raw talking about how Elimination Chamber is his big moment. He wants to go and win his championship at WrestleMania. Blah 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 blah. That obviously would be a big thing, right? If he were to win Elimination Chamber, that would mean he's facing Brock at WrestleMania with a chance to surpass Ric Flair.
Yep.
That seems like something they would want to do. All the rumors have been Roman Reigns all along, but you got to think you can't really count Cena out in this match, right?
Before, I would say with John Cena, I feel like you can tell when it's coming, and this time it just doesn't feel like it. Is that, you know what I mean? I feel like maybe it's because we've had this Roman thing and we've known about it for a year. Literally, I think it was the week after WrestleMania last year that thing came out of Brock and Roman, WrestleMania 34 main event. I don't know. Have you personally had the feeling like he's got any chance?
I think so.
I don't know. It's different right now for me. I just feel like it's not in a bad way. I just don't think it's his time just yet. Maybe we'll get him and Roman for the title, but they definitely do want to have him hit 17, right? Because he hit 16 with AJ, and then, I don't know.
Agreed. So I don't know. We'll see what happens at the pay-per-view. But I don't know. I think it was a good decision definitely to kick off Raw with Cena.
I will agree with that. Yes.
Because, you know, he's gone back and forth, and Cena still seems fresh enough, right? You know, he's back and forth, but he's not being shoved down our throats like a lot of other stuff. Everything on SmackDown.
It's yeah. I mean, the guy was on SmackDown when it was great last year. So, you know what? Who knows?
Yeah.
Melissa asks, how long are they going to drag out Sasha turning heel?
Oh my God.
I think ideally until this Chamber. I think maybe.
But people have been saying it for what, 3 months that Sasha's
going
to do it.
I think she's winning the title at this Chamber, man. We'll get into it, but I think it's all leading up to her winning this title and doing, because I think they want Sasha Bayley for the title at Mania. So
that would be big, and then that'll be the match that they cut time for in order to get Ronda Rousey's match more time.
Because we want to see Ronda Rousey and Stephanie McMahon doing stuff.
All right, so the Miz came out, interrupted John Cena, talked about Garrett said we'll be there in less than 10 minutes, locked out of the house.
Interesting development in the force.
Garrett.
Anyone but Mandy. Mandy cannot.
Oh, please no.
She's not there yet for wrestling.
Yeah, definitely not. And I don't know, like Mickie James, do I really want her being in the title picture at Mania? Because whoever wins the Chamber match is going to be in one of the biggest women's matches. It's going to be
a 1v1. Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. So
have 2 1v1s.
Cena kind of laughed off the Miz coming out and was kind of like, really, dude? The Miz versus Brock Lesnar. So then Miz reminded John Cena that he beat him at WrestleMania. So how can Cena say that he's a more credible challenger when the Miz beat him at WrestleMania? Great point. The Miz is great at just laying down truth.
I feel like Miz should bring that up more, other than just when he's. Do you know what? He only brings that up when he's talking to Cena. He should bring that up all the time with his character.
That he main evented and won a
WrestleMania.
match.
Yeah.
Agreed. So Cena ended up challenging The Miz to a match, and the loser would be the first superstar to enter the Elimination Chamber. And that was for later. And then, and then the Miz Taraj attacked Cena, which made Kurt Angle come out and ban the Miz Taraj from ringside for the match.
Yep.
So then, we went right into the match, and Cena won. So the Miz is officially the first person in the cell. Or not the cell, but the chamber, which is honestly kind of weird because we'll talk about why it's unique later. But
and there's 2 people that start out first. So, I mean, Cena.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter if you enter 1 or 2. What if John Cena randomly chooses 2?
You know what? I will say though, while it is kind of goofy, I'm glad they're adding matches with stakes, which is something that Raw has been doing so well now for about a month or 2, and it's I think why Raw is so good right now.
Yeah.
This match didn't have much stakes, but it had something to make you care about it.
That's true. And I mean, I'll take the Miz versus Cena. It was a WrestleMania main event,
and it was a good match. Another week where they start out with just a good wrestling match.
Anderson and Gallows faced a Revival again.
You know, this should be a top star program. These guys have characters, and they can go in the ring. But like you just stated, it's again, I think this is 4 weeks in a row now, including Royal Rumble.
And it looks like it's not stopping anytime soon.
Because I think it's split down the middle. I think it's 2 and 2.
They're just having these guys fight as long as possible. That way one of these teams can face the Bar at Mania. It looks like that's what we're doing. So
I have no idea what the hell's going on with the Bar.
Yeah, who knows?
Who knows what the plan is for that.
Kurt Angle had some huge announcements to make. First of all, he brought up Ronda Rousey. Said that she's going to sign a Raw contract at the Elimination Chamber, which got a chorus of boos. So people are already turning on Rousey, which personally, come on. People, stop trying to hijack the show. This is just my opinion. Stop trying to hijack the show. Ronda Rousey literally came out, did what she was told to do, and people are pissed off because she came out and smiled. People wanted her to, like, rip arms off right away. That's what people wanted her to do, is come out and, like, grab a steel chair and a baseball bat and just take out every woman in the ring. Like, that's what people wanted. Like, chill. We got time for that. Then the other announcement was that Jason Jordan will miss WrestleMania. We kind of knew that because he underwent surgery. And then, so what do you think about these two announcements first, Charlie?
I was a little nervous about the Jason Jordan one because we've been hearing these whispers about this is serious enough where it could be the last thing he does. And I was like, man, please, that would suck. Yeah, he comes out here and last thing he ever does was he was finally starting to get over as a heel. And I don't know. I was a little nervous for it. I'm not going to lie. How are you feeling about that? Were you like, man, are they about to announce the guy's never going to go again?
No, I didn't think they were going to announce that. I mean, it was what they call a minor surgery. They're just trying to keep Jason Jordan like in the ear of people, which is funny because like they're not doing that with Big Cass. But so that, and to me, that's encouraging because if they're willing to keep Jason Jordan involved in storylines even when he's not there, that means hopefully it will be a quick recovery process. Whereas with Big Cass, they're like, oh, dude, we don't even know how long this guy's going to be out. So we can't keep pushing the storyline because who knows? You know?
I'd agree.
Seth Rollins came out talking about his championship victory at WrestleMania 31 where he cashed in. It's infamous. And then Rollins told Angle that he wanted into the Elimination Chamber, and he was in a he wanted into the fatal 4-way match, which happened. So it ended up being a fatal 5-way match, and the winner would be the final entrant into the Elimination Chamber spot. So remember, it's the 5 losers. So then I personally thought that was great because it was obvious that Balor was head and shoulders going to win that match. And then adding Rollins to it was like, oh.
Especially with how they described it coming in. I was like, oh. I was actually at that point, I'm like, Rollins is going to win this thing. Rollins is going to win that thing to enter the chamber, I should say. Let me reframe that. But I thought it was a good addition. Thought he cut a really good promo. If you remember, Seth Rollins was one of the first guys I really started liking, and I'm glad to see him, getting some spotlight action again.
Right. Tweeting at idiots on Twitter. So
sure, no problem. But do you know what I mean? I'm just glad that he's getting some spotlight action again because I think he really deserves it.
Oh yeah, I mean Rollins is a great single star. He just got thrown in the tag division because like him and Dean weren't doing anything. Yeah. So it's nice to see that instead of just giving him another partner, they were like, "Hey, go be a single star. Why not?" Especially since it looked like they were going to go towards him and Jason Jordan at Mania. So you have to start building some credibility as a single star now. That way you can build for another feud because they're not leaving Rollins off Mania.
No. Something's going down.
With all the injuries and stuff. So we had Bayley versus Sasha Banks. So, okay.
Yeah, I was thinking something was going to happen and we were going to have the match. I was pretty shocked by that.
Yeah.
They went out and had an actual match, and it was good.
And the tease was that they've had a little bit of a battle on Twitter and social media and stuff. So, I don't know, kind of cool.
Yeah.
Sasha, once again, teased a heel turn the entire time. They did the whole, best friends wrestling thing, but Banks is definitely the more aggressive of the two. Bayley was kind of, doing her stuff, but it wasn't, she wasn't really laying it in. She wasn't stiffing Sasha Banks, but Sasha Banks was stiffing her. So good storytelling in that. I really liked the spot where Sasha Banks went to go use the rope for leverage and not the ref, but one of the announcers. I don't even know who it was. I think it was Coach was talking about how you can't do that. So I like that.
True.
But anyway, Bayley ended up beating Sasha Banks because they've been doing this whole "I know I can beat you" kind of deal with Bayley towards Sasha Banks, and so she proved it here. And then after the match, some tension was teased, but then Nia Jax came down. So once again, they're teasing it, getting you at a quarter chub, and then kind of blue balling you. And Nia Jax came out to the ring, destroyed them both. and then vowed to break Asuka's undefeated streak at Elimination Chamber. So first, start with the match. Charlie, what do you think?
I thought it was. I'm gonna agree with Bucks fan here. Bucks fan put. Did anybody watch the Mixed Match Challenge last night when Bayley went from putting together her best match on the main roster, which she beat Sasha, to getting pinned by Lana within 24 hours? And I'm gonna agree with you, Bucks fan. This was, in my opinion, I mean, Bayley. She just went out there and had a great match against Asuka. She gets out there and has a great match. Bayley maybe on the comeback. She's been really low for a few months now. And then after the match, I really liked that. I really liked the idea of Nia walking out, hitting her Samoan drop on both of them, and then in that promo or interview after, she said something along the lines of, "Oh, it took Asuka." It was a cocky statement. It took Asuka so and so to beat these two. I just beat them in a matter of seconds. I thought that was a good little touch. I thought that was great. A great development in Nia's character, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's simple, but yet made that match against Asuka. It's like, yeah, I just beat these two in a matter of seconds.
And shocker, when you don't put them all in 6 women tags every single week and you actually let them get their own segments, they can get over because they can show personality.
Oh, hey, man, if you missed it, 6 women tag next week on SmackDown Confirmed.
Oh, dude, I'm hyped.
Riot Squad against Charlotte, Naomi,
and match Becky. We had 3 weeks ago. I am so excited.
If you, it pre-announced a week early this time for you, though.
Right, I know. Missed it. You can really build up the hype.
God, what a joke. But yeah, getting pinned to Lana. But Bucks fan, what I will say about this, I think she had to lose to Rusev Day, and I think they want to save Elias.
I think, I know this is gonna be stupid because let's be honest, the Mixed Match Challenge, grand scheme of things, this means about as much as that Andre the Giant battle, more whatever. The Battle Royal at WrestleMania. It means about as much as that. There's no title opportunity from what I've seen. There's nothing guaranteed to those who win. There's no incentive other than what? Brand loyalty. So
practically,
this is Vince McMahon going, yeah, well, if all you're going to do is chant Rusev Day, let him win that stupid tag team thing with his wife.
There you go.
That's going to be the big payoff. No championship. Just you win the Mixed Match Challenge with his wife.
I will say, though, in the mismatch, I'm just going to call it the MMC. I keep slurring my words when I say it for some reason. Tongue twister.
MMC, not to be confused with MXC, the amazing TV show from 15 years ago.
Of course. I will say, in this, the amount of character development in this, as well as just people getting over in their promos, has been outstanding, and it lets you know that they're cutting these promos by themselves. These are not scripted for them, and it's amazing what happens if you don't script promos for people. And Ryan Ward, who made SmackDown great in 2016 and early 2017, is the guy in charge of this. So if you're wondering why, wow, I'm really enjoying this MMC, that is probably why. And then for some reason they gave it to Road Dogg, but we don't know that yet. We don't know why. Welcome, Garrett. I see you're back in your house.
Brothers.
All right, Garrett, let's hear the story. You got 5 minutes. Tell the story of you getting locked out of your house. I need to hear it.
Took the dog out, got locked out, needed to warm back up, so had a little bit of time before the show. I realized it was like almost 7, and I was like, guys, just go without me.
There you go.
Easy enough. You didn't need 5 minutes. I figured.
What do you think of?
I needed
Bayley
15 seconds, Brady. That's how long you have in radio for one news story.
There you go.
So Garrett, we already talked about the opening segment of Raw. We talked about Cena, Miz. We talked about the end of that match. We talked about we didn't really talk about Gallows and Anderson versus Revival because there is no need because we'll just see it next week again anyway. Talked about the crowd boo. What do you think about the crowd booing Ronda Rousey out of the building?
Like, what were they talking about her, or and they showed something?
Like he announced that she is going to be signing her WWE contract.
Oh yes. I forgot they showed it up on the graphics up on the screen. Yes. Yeah. No, I think that's kind of I think that was kind of the implication was that she was a heel, right? She was never really. I mean, she was a fan favorite in the UFC, but you could play her either way in the WWE. It doesn't really matter. She can come in as whatever. And if she's trying to steal Asuka's spotlight, then I would say she's probably a heel. So no, I mean, I mean, maybe there's. I mean, I would like to see her get cheered, but I mean, does she need to be a face? I mean, Brock Lesnar wasn't always a face, you know.
I'd agree with that.
It's true, but isn't it a little early for her to be like in that gray area or whatever?
I think she always kind of was. I mean,
she's gonna be a mixed reaction, I think, throughout her entire time because of how all of a sudden the biggest person on their roster is a woman, and that's a first time for them. So it's gonna be interesting, I think, to see
sure.
what comes of this.
Absolutely, brother radio.
Yeah.
Check out the Brotage over on my channel.
There you go, shameless plug. Mickie James and Alexa Bliss face Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose. So once again, I still have no idea why Alexa Bliss and Mickie James are friends again, but I don't know. I guess they're not really friends. They're teasing that Mickie James is like, what the hell is going on? So, but Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose, Absolution, they beat Alexa Bliss and Mickie James. Charlie, what is going on?
They're really still trying to push Absolution as a power threat. And I think they're struggling because of the fact that they were never in NXT. And as of lately, the regimen has been you come up from NXT and you're kind of the thing. Well, these girls were never really in NXT.
No, like I mean, that's the weird thing. A lot of them were brought up early in their NXT runs. So,
I don't know. I think they're just having a harder time than they thought getting them over. So they're really trying and having them. Was Alexa pinned or Mickie? I can't remember.
I have to imagine it was Mickie, but I don't know. You never
know. Mickie James.
Yeah, I would say it makes sense. Keep the champ looking strong. Anyway,
just strange, different storyline.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. They don't know what they're doing with the women at WrestleMania. That's pretty obvious. But clear. I mean. Well, last year there was not 2 title matches, right?
No, there was. Just one of them was a 6-person.
Oh,
and the other one was a fatal 4-way.
That's right.
It's kind of where it all began, the end of the 1v1 era. Although, did women ever really have a 1v1 era?
Not at Mania, no. Not at Mania ever. I mean, maybe at some other pay-per-views, definitely, for sure, but, you know. What was next?
All right, sorry. I hated this next segment with Braun Strowman.
Brady, he brought a double bass out and played it like a guitar, and then it broke. How could you not love this segment?
Go ahead. You talk about how much you love it.
I don't think it was anything too special. I think it was just goofy. Just a goofy little fun segment. Braun was laughing. Get these hands. He started giggling. You can see him. I shouldn't say giggling. You can see him crack a smile.
Is that it? You guys done with the segment?
Mm-hmm.
I
didn't like it.
I like it when Braun Strowman actually looks tough. In my opinion, this makes Braun Strowman look weaker as far as a character. He's pandering to the audience, and all the reasons why I love Braun Strowman are slowly going away.
Well, what can you do?
This is the equivalent of I'm doing this for all you, WWE Universe.
Nice. Hey, man, it could be better. On SmackDown, this would probably be the 10th week in a row he was wrestling the Singh brothers.
Can you imagine how far he would throw the Singh brothers?
It'd be cool the first time.
Yeah, and then the second time, one of them would die.
On SmackDown, it would be him and Ziggler in a feud for 10 months.
Oh, please, no.
I think Ziggler might go flying farther than the Singh brothers.
True.
Man's got height in his jump.
So, yeah, Braun Strowman came out, interrupted Elias. Played a double bass, I guess you could say. Not really. I mean, the strings were super loose. They were intentionally supposed to be snapped. That was kind of it. Roman Reigns faced Sheamus. This was a feud, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah. Oh, right here. 2015. 2015. This was a title feud because Sheamus had the Money in the Bank, right?
And he cashed in on Roman when Roman won.
Right. So, Charlie, I know Sheamus isn't your thing, but what'd you think of the match?
I thought it was good. I mean, they had good wrestling matches again this week, and I mean I got nothing to complain about with this one. It felt fresh because we haven't seen them, I don't think, touch each other for a while. Whenever I say it like that, it sounds wrong, but we haven't seen them face off in a while, so
yeah,
it felt nice.
Not outside of like
the tag
2-on-2
last week.
Yeah, like outside of that, this is the only time that him and Sheamus had touched in quite a while. Other than, like I said, on the side, on the outside of the ring in a feud, you know, like. Would the City to Unite all the tag teams call it like the Shield to Rajival or something? Club. The Shield to Rajival Club. Yep, that's what we're going with. Unite all of it. Then they take over the world.
The more I see Roman doing, right now he's facing Sheamus, right? After next Raw, it's going to be him versus Brock in the build-up, theoretically, right? Do you think, like you saw this right before this match, he had that backstage thing with Seth, and you saw him kind of, he had his smile on, and he looked more like the, your badass friend that's going to beat someone up for you. What character are they going to go with for this Brock build-up? Are they going to go with this is my yard now, Roman? Or I'm your best friend, Roman, that's going to beat up someone for you?
I really don't know.
You know what I mean, though? You can see the difference in the characters.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and right now he's not really doing anything. I mean, the thing that I'm curious about is when he does get into this feud, what's going to be the purpose? Is it just going to be they're like, yep, this is the feud now because everybody knows it's coming? Or are they going to actually have a reason for it? Because that's something that I think a lot of the storylines lack anyway, just in general these days, is a purpose. Like, I think the last real storyline we got like that, other than it's just the two people make them go in a match, was probably, I can't even think of one recently, honestly.
Natalia, Nikki Bella? Do you remember that one?
Yeah. That one had a reason.
Man.
Yeah.
And
not for the title. Man, I mean,
even we're saying, even though that wasn't that interesting, when they had the match, we actually liked that feud better in the end because of the match, even though there was stupid spots in it, because that was on a card that you just couldn't go wrong with.
Yep.
But
yeah,
you're talking back when Nikki Bella was still on SmackDown. That is a long time ago, my friend.
Yeah, it was when SmackDown was great in 2016.
Yeah,
that is a long time ago. We've been doing the show for a long time, man. Ugh.
Yeah. So, main event of the night, we had a Fatal 5-Way, Finn Balor, Apollo Crews, Bray Wyatt, Matt Hardy, Seth Rollins.
Controversy.
We knew that Wyatt and Hardy were going to take each other out of the match. We knew Apollo Crews stood zero chance of actually winning. So, Charlie and I were talking about it, Garrett. It was a great decision by WWE to add Seth Rollins to this match because if it stayed a Fatal 4-Way, we knew Finn Balor was winning hands down. Adding Seth to the match put some intrigue into it, right?
Yes, and then they went and did a thing.
And then both of them pin Bray Wyatt at the same exact time.
And I looked today, actually. I was doing my feature for radio class today. For tomorrow, I did it today since I have some work to do tomorrow. They're both in the match.
Yep. Yeah, Kurt Angle confirmed that.
They announced
presumably, I assume.
Okay.
What, in the same pod?
To me, they missed a golden opportunity. WWE, that is. They missed a golden opportunity to just leave the Hyatts hanging for a week. What did it hurt to just leave everyone guessing? But instead, 30 minutes after Raw goes off air, they just send out a little update. Both men will be in the chamber. Like,
yeah.
First of all,
I thought they were going to have a match to get in the chamber.
Yeah, so that's what most people would assume. And then next week they could have just dropped that they were both in the chamber. There's nothing wrong with making people wait.
Here's what you really could have done, Brady. You could have drawn it out even more. You could have had that be the next main event of next week. Say, all right, Rollins versus Balor, main event next week. And then you have, I don't know, somebody who else is in the chamber come and try and screw them both out of it, so they both aren't in the chamber. And then and then Kurt Angle comes out and say, make it like Elias is in, right? Make it Elias, since he's trying to get as much advantage as possible, and then have him come out and be like, Elias, you're not getting away with this one. They're both in the chamber.
Yeah,
that would have been great. That would have been great.
But
they went about it.
They had an easy opportunity to extend this for another week. I'll agree with that.
Yeah. Do you guys think? Do you think that they're going to start with 3 people in the match?
That's what I'm thinking.
That would be cool. Like start off with a little triple threat action.
Because I'm going to tell you what WWE is going to do.
Oh no! Real quick before you get into this, before the match, they all had like their promos, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Apollo Crews' promo, and he didn't get pinned in this match, which many might
looked
thought
good.
He looked
promo,
phenomenal in
he
this match.
showed he can be a dude. I'm telling. I think they're gonna try him. Like I really think they're gonna start like giving him a semi push.
Do you think they'd put him against the Miz again?
I think it's gonna be Andre the Giant. To be honest,
that could be it. But I could see them putting him against the Miz again, because they tried once on SmackDown. They could try it again here. I mean. That was one of the only faux pas of that era of SmackDown was the Apollo Crews stuff. It is weird.
Yeah.
Though. A lot of stuff going around with these.
I just thought that promo, that was something that really stood out to me about Apollo Crews.
For sure.
That was good.
So I'll tell you what WWE is going to do. They're starting with 2 men in the ring, just like normal. And they're not building a 5th pod. They're keeping the 4 pods. They got that damn shark cage laying around in a tent somewhere. They're just waiting to use it. They're hanging a shark cage from the top, and Braun Strowman's going to be in it.
My God.
What? And that's a spot in the middle of the match without him even being called. He just breaks it open.
They're gonna rig it so Braun Strowman can rip the bars open and jump down from the shark cage.
I don't know if that man should land on his feet from that high up.
He'll do a Zelda roll, bro.
Dude, if he could pull that off, that'd be another one of those things they'd have to bet money on. You know what I mean?
Or they're gonna let Roman Reigns. They'll let Roman Reigns start from the top, and he'll Superman punch someone from the top.
Yeah, he'd do that
from the shark cage.
Superman shark cage punch.
Or they let Rollins come in on the shark cage and hit that flying knee.
Oh my gosh, someone lose an eye.
Right down on someone's skull. No, but the match was good, like we were talking about. So Wyatt and Hardy took each other out. We know they're going to delay this all the way to Mania pretty much. Crews looked good. I don't know what they plan on doing with him, but hopefully he'll probably be, pre-show. Maybe he'll have a little bit of a slobber knocker on the pre-show. Who knows? They could maybe have Rollins lose full and turn heel after this. If Dean's not going to be back for Mania, they could always have Rollins turn heel and have Apollo Crews be a face against a heel Rollins. I'd buy it.
Too spooky.
Spoopy. But yeah. Overall grades for Raw, I will give, because I never give my grade for Raw first. So I'll say Braun Strowman killed it. I'll give it an F. Garrett?
3.5 brothers out of 5.
The hell is that?
I did this last week.
Equivalent of a 7 out of 10, Charlie. Come on.
I was doing this last week.
7 out of 10 would be a C.
I'm giving legit grades. Brady knows. Right?
I'm gonna give it an A. Again, I mean, this is a good wrestling show, and they're keeping interest for 3 hours again.
I just hate everything.
That's fair.
SmackDown happened. And with that, make sure you guys like and subscribe. Click. All right, let's talk about SmackDown a little bit. Okay.
Dive in.
I love the sigh, right?
So some of my favorite matches of the week were on SmackDown.
Yeah, the in-ring work was not bad. Okay.
Sami Zayn and Dolph Ziggler put on a really good match. So did Benjamin and Gable and the New Day, which that will be forever. They're going to put on good matches.
And Corbin's match was all right.
It was all right. Better for Corbin.
Yeah. So, I mean, really all it is that it's the same thing we've been doing. Shane and Daniel Bryan are the main storyline. Sammy and Kevin are they're in the main storyline, but they're not at the forefront. So we're going to have Dolph Ziggler and Baron Corbin have a match, and whoever wins will be added to the match at Fastlane. And Owens and Zayn don't want that to happen, so they jump both of them, which logic, Ziggler and Corbin are both heels.
Yep.
That's a little weird to me. But, I mean, whatever. So, yeah. That leads to matches later on in the night, like we already referenced, with Corbin facing Owens and Ziggler facing Zayn. And basically Shane McMahon. So usually Shane McMahon looks like a total tool, but it's like, well, I can understand this one. And they can't. And so if Corbin and or Ziggler win, they will be added to the match at Fastlane for the title with AJ Styles and Owens and Zayn. And if Owens or Zayn interfere in the others' matches, then they are not in the match at Fastlane. So interesting. Charlotte faced Sarah Logan. Charlotte won. This is the second straight week, right? She beat up Liv Morgan last week, and we could have called the standard. Oh, Charlotte faced Liv Morgan last week. Well, we know she's facing Sarah Logan this week because you might as well.
Yep.
The Riot Squad are terrible call-ups.
Bucks fan. My dad got to talk to Big Cass last week, and he said he's expecting her to return in a few weeks. I think I could see Cass returning at the after Mania.
That'd be
I see it.
Yeah.
Really quick question.
Add anything to this match with Charlotte and Sarah Logan, or
not really?
Probably not, right?
But I was going to ask something.
Do you eat game meat?
Ooh, yes.
Yes. All right. Anyway, the question I had was: do you take down the grades we give every week for these shows?
No, I don't.
You should start doing that, because I'd be interested to see over the course of a couple of months what the average shows per month. See the pattern of good, bad. See if we can kind of pick up on it and see which episodes we should watch like less of and more of. Try and see if we can figure it out.
I give Fs to almost every show, so it'd be interesting to see my pattern.
Right, your pattern would just be like
it'd be
you're just like a guy that's trying to
like an A+ for an NXT takeover.
Yeah. It'd be like
That's how it would sound. Baron Corbin faced Kevin Owens and won. So Baron Corbin has been added to the match. Charlie, your boy, is getting a title opportunity.
Of course. Totally down. Nah, because he totally, deserves it.
Does he?
Does he deserve it?
No.
What? Let's get down. Okay.
Nobody deserves it on that.
Corbin and Ziggler, what was the point? In kayfabe, what is the logic between putting a guy that lost to Jinder Mahal after he was tired in about 3 seconds when he cashed in his Money in the Bank, and a guy that dropped the title, the U.S. title, and then walked out on the company about 3 weeks ago? What?
I mean, you've got two guys that were both U.S. champion in the last 4 months, 5 months, and neither one of them held it for more than a little while, It's like, well, there's that, you know what I mean?
It's just not, I don't know, dude.
I'm doing a podcast on gun control right after this.
All right.
Gary, you want to join me, bro?
I will.
Literally, someone tweeted at me. Soon you'll realize. So I said, home protection, a shotgun will do, because we're talking about the need for having an AR-15, and I won't go on a tangent about this. But I said home protection, get yourself a shotgun. Hunting, buy a rifle. If you go to the shooting range, just borrow their guns there. You can shoot an AR-15 there. And someone tweeted at me, soon you'll realize that this world is just an effed up place and it's only going to get worse. There's nothing you or anyone can do about what the higher-ups have planned. These days, I just sit back and watch the show.
Well, that's just one crazy person. I mean...
This is what Twitter looks like right now, dude.
Well, Twitter is going to have the most extreme opinions on both sides.
And I'm a teacher. The overwhelming amount of, yeah, well, we should just train every teacher to have a gun, and every teacher should just have a gun on them. What?
Brady be packing.
I'm literally... and it's literally kids the age of the people that died today arguing with me, saying that we need more guns.
It's pretty polarized world,
your
man.
age just died. 17 of them today at school. And just because it didn't happen to you, it's not an issue. Gun Control Podcast coming soon. There's your teaser. Bobby Roode issued an open challenge. Guys, we got it. Well, kind of. Bobby Roode versus Randy Orton.
Yep. So, yep.
Garrett, were you hyped?
I mean,
that I hear the voices in my head.
I thought in the moment, at least we're getting it on a SmackDown. We don't have to have it on a pay-per-view, you know. And maybe it'll be a slow match. Maybe they'll just do it better since they're getting it only on a SmackDown. I mean, I was thinking, oh, maybe this will be like, maybe this will get interrupted and it'll end up being the main event or something because they don't just, I mean, sometimes they throw a U.S. title match in the middle, but it's usually short, you know. And I was like, there's no way Randy's going down easy for Bobby, you know, so. And then, like, weird gender stuff. And
if there was any way to make this segment any better, it was for Jinder Mahal to interrupt, right?
Well, like, I was thinking, like, is this when Daniel Bryan comes out and makes this a triple threat? Like,
let's be honest. Can we just have these three guys, Corbin and Ziggler, in a fatal five-way and put all of the suck in one match? And we can let Roode win that. He absolutely should win that match. He'll be the only one with any sort of personality, and I'll give him that. Can we just put all of the suck in one match on Mania that we just don't have to worry about it?
No, because then that match is going to end up being like the cool down match after all the big matches.
Oh my God. Imagine if we have like Sasha Bayley for the title, burns the house down. We're waiting for
versus Shinsuke.
We're waiting for AJ Shinsuke to come up. And
Rock and Roman actually put on an amazing match or something. And we're like, all right, what's next? Is Undertaker about to come out? And all of a sudden, glorious.
Then all of a sudden, Jinder Mahal.
There's no way that match would be good. I'm sorry.
Oh my!
A triple threat with Roode, Mahal, and Orton. You're not buying?
That would suck, dude. I literally would take a break and go to the bathroom.
That's your pee break.
Make sure you get the plaque.
Oh man. The New Day faced Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable, and the New Day ended up winning. So once again, also Jinder Mahal comes out, and his whole gripe is that he's mad that Randy Orton is on the top 10 list and not him. But then when it's brought up to him, he says he doesn't care about the top 10 list.
Hey man, I'm just gonna be honest. I don't know who backstage pitched the idea of a top 10, but that is a terribly stupid idea, and I'm sorry. Like, dude,
they're the 10 best wrestlers on the roster. That's not going to make heat backstage.
That and none of it's legit.
I know it's all fake, but you know the people backstage are like, "Oh, I really wish I'd have made it on that list." You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like,
well, because if you're a casual fan and you turned into SmackDown that week for the first time, or for the first time in a while, you'd be like, "Oh, these are the 10 people I should look out for." But those are a lot of people that weren't on this list that are worth having. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It should have been like a top 50, and it should have been over like the next. It should have been like all superstars, and it should have been on both shows, and it should have had like 10 each week or something, and then.
That and like Brady pointed out, they're all faces.
Yeah, the entire top 10 is faces.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
the whole thing is we got a bunch of salty heels wanting to be on the top 10 list.
That's my new band name.
People actually voted for it. Don't you think that the heels would technically vote for heels and the faces would vote for faces if this was real?
Yeah.
So wouldn't there end up being like one heel on? Do you really think Jinder Mahal was voting AJ Styles?
Wouldn't the heels all vote for themselves?
Right.
So there'd be no that. So their votes would. So it actually makes sense because their votes would only be one vote for each heel group or person.
I think they said they couldn't vote for themselves last week.
Oh,
but I might be mistaken.
Well, that you might be right about that. And if that's the case, then but then that might be it though.
Sami Zayn faced Dolph Ziggler. Very good match. Ziggler, his whole thing is he wants to main event WrestleMania. He's done everything, but he wants to main event WrestleMania. So I guess dropping the U.S. title in the middle of the ring and walking out on the company kayfabe 3 weeks ago was the way to do it. I guess that's what earns you a title match. So,
yeah.
Charlie?
I don't know. I literally don't understand the booking on SmackDown. It's such a joke. It's not even. I don't even know. Why make him drop that title?
I don't think they did.
Dumbass?
In a new development, someone has given me on Twitter a chart detailing the rapes in England and Wales before and after the Firearm Act of 1988 and 1997 to prove his claim.
Hell.
I mean, at least they're sending you actual data and not just being like getting angry on Twitter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I prefer the people that do that. I just don't tweet about politics because, one, I'm not really allowed to have an opinion. But two, I can have a personal opinion. I can't have an on-screen opinion, though.
So,
I mean, I can technically have one. It would have to be on an opinion type show, which this is not. I mean, this is a sports show, but
right. Dolph Ziggler wins, gets added to the match. That's it.
Oh, what was the deal with his intro? I don't understand it now. Like, now they start with the no music. It goes for a second, then his music plays. It's like, what is happening?
Right. No one knows. There's no...
I think this is him, and I don't know what he's talking about with the music sound guys, but dude, it's something, and they're all probably like, yeah, that's really different. That sounds artsy. It's like, yeah, man, let's do it. And they're like, all right, guys, let's go do this. And then it just is like, they do it, and it's like, I think even he realized in the moment, like, okay, that wasn't very good having it while I'm in the middle of walking down. It was so off. Oh.
Yeah, this was a good match, but okay, Charlie, are you more or less excited about the title match now that Corbin and Ziggler have been added?
Dude, it's even more of just a cluster F that nothing matters. They don't know what they're doing, so they just add more people to it to try and get people excited.
They would not take it away from AJ and Nakamura at Mania, right?
I wouldn't put past them.
Why not use some of these guys to fill out the card and have AJ fit? Because to the smarks, okay, to the people that know what's going on like us.
It's stuff like this that I don't blame them for canning individualized pay-per-views.
Yeah.
You're throwing theoretically your biggest guys into a cluster F of a match. And what's Shinsuke doing on the card? Do we even know?
Yeah. Why not throw Ty Dillinger in that match with AJ Styles and just let him have a really good match? And because then you can use these other guys, Zayn and Owens and Ziggler and Corbin, use them in other ways, fill out your card, have much better matches, okay, like more high-quality matches. But instead, you're putting them all in the title match, which seems like it is already predetermined that AJ's going to win because that's who Nakamura didn't say, I'm going after the WWE Championship. He said, I want to face AJ Styles. You know, so that's the whole thing. It's going to be Nakamura Styles. So why use all these other guys? Use someone that's lower down on the pole. It's like UFC.
I don't know about Ty. Per se, I don't think they'd put him right into the title scene, right? Particularly in the main.
If they're going off their top 10 list.
Yeah. Where did he take? He took 10.
He made the list.
I mean, if he did 1 and 10, that would actually make sense. I mean, I don't know.
It's weird. I'm just go ahead. I was just giving a.
Yeah.
No. I was just saying. I maybe not Ty. Maybe that's what you do with Baron. I mean, Baron and AJ fought before. It's not like I couldn't do that again. I mean, there's just a million guys. Anybody. Take 4 guys out of this match, and you've got a good match with AJ. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
I thought they were just going to go with a 1v1 of maybe Sami Zayn and AJ.
Or sorry, not 4, 3. Sorry.
Yeah, why not?
And
Then give Owens Ziggler or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or you could have Owens Zayn at this pay-per-view. How about
you could
that?
have your multi-man match for your U.S. match, for your U.S. title.
Right.
Bobby Roode wouldn't care.
And what are they going to do? A triple threat? I mean, what the hell is the rest of that card going to look like, dude?
That's what I'm saying. Like, imagine the first 3 matches on the card are going to be terrible, and then you're going to have all your top guys in the top 2 matches. So the top 2 matches are going to be good.
I said this last year. Fastlane is a doomed pay-per-view. It is never going to work.
Yeah.
It's just badly placed in the year. They need to cut that pay-per-view off the card.
Bucks fan wrote, they never said why Ziggler left the company, and they never said why Ziggler came back to the company. The writers have no idea what they are doing. They have no idea what they're doing with character development on SmackDown.
Well, with kayfabe, they did say that Ziggler said he came back because he wanted a main event WrestleMania. Okay. But once again, can anyone do that? Just walk out to Shane and say, "Hey, I want a main event WrestleMania." He's like, "Cool,
go ahead.
Let's shop for the title." Like,
do you remember how good?
You want to get in, Sammy? All right, cool. All right, you want to get in, Kevin? All right, cool. All right, oh, you want to get in there? All right, Baron.
I like giving credit where it's due. Do you remember how good they made us? How much of a babyface they made Ziggler last year with that career on the line feud with Miz?
They made me care about him for 2 total weeks.
Yep.
I mean, that was some good stuff. And here we are.
But once again, it's the same character of just...
They're still doing the no music gimmick.
Well, they're still doing the I steal a show every time. I deserve more. I'm great. And it's like, dude, he's literally, and I'm not even exaggerating, he's been doing this gimmick for like 6 years unsuccessfully 99% of the time. It worked for that one feud. And every other time he comes out and says, "Well, I'm the best, damn it, and I deserve all this and that, and I'm underappreciated." Okay, dude. Come on. I don't know. I just
see what you mean.
As characters, it's obvious that it's about Shane and Daniel Bryan the whole time, which is going to be crazy when Daniel Bryan still can't wrestle at Mania. So, I don't know, man.
I have no idea what they're going to do.
Yeah.
I mean, was that the end of SmackDown?
Yep.
Let's talk about that report then of them canning all individualized pay-per-views.
Oh, hold on, let's do grades really quick, and then we'll go to it.
Yeah.
Charlie, what's your grade? SmackDown.
F.
Yeah, I'm giving it an F. I didn't care.
F-, brother.
Actually, you know what? I will give SmackDown a D because they really did try to progress. They progressed storylines. I always say it goes back to it. Raw did nothing as far as progressing storylines, except for the main event. And SmackDown, I don't know. They tried, but I don't care about Ziggler or Corbin. So, yeah. So let's talk about – so everything after Mania will be joint pay-per-views, right?
Yep.
It's a great decision.
Yeah, they have to.
I think that they should put the caveat of every pay-per-view, there's one mixed brand, cross-brand match. And I feel like that should be something that the superstars want to do. Feed off this momentum from the Olympics and be like, yeah, just like the Olympics, you know, it's one brand going against another. And there should always be one match. Keep it special. And everyone wants to do that. And so it would seem boring, but then you only need to have one person from each show every time. Theoretically, with all the superstars they have, you could go 3 years and never have a repeat match.
You get a guaranteed gimmick match on every pay-per-view till next year, basically. You know what I mean?
Yep. And if it was known that was like it, and if that was always like the opening match or something, and the opening match was meant to mean something, and everyone knew, oh, dude, I'm excited. Opening match, it's always SmackDown guy versus Raw guy. Who's it going to be, you know?
You could have like qualifying tournaments all the time.
Right. Then that gives you stuff on your weekly shows.
You say, all right, whoever wins the most wins this month, whoever gets the most pinfalls, whoever gets the most submissions or something like that. You could put caveats like that.
That'd be interesting. Let the fans vote. Best promo of the month.
Yeah, best promo of the month. Everybody goes straight to Shinsuke, even though he can't cut promos.
Hell, don't even have a match. Throw on a rap battle on there.
New Day wins.
Fact.
Charlie, what do you think about the mixing it up?
I got mixed feelings. No pun intended.
Hey.
It's, you know, some of these individualized pay-per-views were great when they filled out the card right. Others were terrible, like I feel like Fastlane's about to be. There's going to be no undercard, so it'll be interesting. I'm wondering where the cruiserweights fit in all this. Because Triple H has already made that brand. Match. Triple H has already made that brand one of the most must-watch brands. So their past 3 weeks of television have been great. I know we didn't do
that's a Mania ladder match. They're not going to have a ladder match, tag match every year at Mania from now on.
We've been saying it forever. They should have done it at SummerSlam. Should have done it at Survivor Series.
Every Big Four pay-per-view could have a cruiserweight ladder match.
Yeah, why not? Or at least a cruiserweight gimmick match of some sort. Hell, have them all chained to each other.
A 20-man Russian chain match led by Rusev.
There you go.
Rusev versus the entire cruiserweight division in a Russian chain match.
Oh my God! What if Drew Gulak became the commissioner? Like, let's say the new commissioner, like was on sick leave, and Drew Gulak took over as commissioner, and so that there would be no flying. Had like a ball and chain gimmick match for the title.
Oh my God.
Oh, there's my alarm. There's my alarm for 7:58.
Time for Big Brother. All right, guys.
All right, so we'll talk about some more news later. Tweet at me about guns.
Be back on at 9.
Yeah, we'll be back on at 9. Charlie and I will for some post BB discussion. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Click the little bell so you know when we go live. Ding! And until next time, we're out.